Good afternoon. Here is the national news from Babagide Imo TV. First, the headlines. Tinubu has ordered recapture of fleeing inmates. Lagos Blue Line Rail commences operations September 4th. 23,000 people missing in Nigeria, FG. Forgive Nnamdi Kanu for his release. Ohaneze begs northern leaders, Asari Dokubo. Ogun, man kills father over 70,000 naira. And on sport, beach volleyball, Nigeria wins silver, qualify for 2023 World Championship. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. The Minister of Interior, Bunmi Tunji Ojo, has said the President Bola Tinubu has issued a marching order that all fleeing inmates across the country should be recaptured. Between 2021 and 2022, there were at least 7 attacks on custodial centers across the country, where a large number of inmates escaped from the facilities. The 7 attacked custodial centers are Kuje, Kogi, Jos, Abologo, Owerri, Okitikupa, and Oko prisons. To date, about 4,000 inmates are still at large. Addressing journalists after the inspection of the facilities at the Nigerian Immigration Service and the Nigeria Correctional Service on Wednesday, Tunji Ojo said the service would work hard to ensure the order given by the President on fleeing inmates is followed to the letter. He said the Nigerian Correctional Service would work in collaboration with the security agencies in the country to recapture them. Tunji Ojo said the President has given us a marching order and it involves recapturing the fleeing inmates. We will work with other security agencies to achieve this. We will work round the clock so that they are back from wherever they are. We will ensure that the ones inside do not go out. And earlier at the Nigeria Immigration Service, the minister vowed to review all existing agreements to improve the efficiency of the service. He said he would set up a team who would do the review, adding that those agreements were holding the service back in actualizing its mandate. Any agreement entered into by the NIS that are holding us back as a nation must go. I will set up a team to look into these. Tunji Ojo stressed the need to reduce the waiting period to get an international passport, lamenting that Nigerians spend months to get the document. He lamented that his daughter was delayed for 6 months before she could get her passport. Going on with the further information, he also directed that Nigerians seeking to obtain international passports must be treated with respect, especially those in foreign countries. Tunji Ojo specifically said personnel at the London Passport Office must heed his directive. Passport is a right and not a privilege. Nigerians anywhere they are, especially those outside the shores of the country, must be treated with respect. Those in the London Immigration Office must improve its services and accord Nigerians maximum respect while seeking travel documents. Our citizens, wherever they are, must be proud of who they are. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has announced that the long-awaited Blue Line Railway will start commercial operations next month, September 4th. The announcement was contained in a post on his social media platform X on Wednesday. According to the governor, it will commence with partial passenger operations from 6:30 to 10 a.m. and afternoon peak from 4 to 9:30 p.m. Sanwo-Olu informed Lagos residents that the rail operations would start with 12 trips for the 2 weeks, ramping up to 76 trips a day, saying they would be able to board the train using their Lagos Cowrie card. He added the Blue Line Rail is one of the rail projects designed to make Lagos a fully interconnected city, and it will transform our city's transport system. Join me at 9 a.m. at Marina Station as we become the first passengers of this important project that will make daily commute easier for a lot of our residents. From Tuesday, partial passenger operations will begin from 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. and afternoon peak from 4 to 9:30 p.m. We are starting with 12 trips for 2 weeks, ramping up 76 trips per day, and you will be able to board the train using your Lagos Cowrie card. Part of the statement read. Moving on to the next story. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, disclosed on Wednesday that 23,000 people have been reported missing in less than a decade due to the insurgency in some parts of the country. Edu stated this in Abuja at stakeholders' engagement with a team, Where Are You Now?, to mark the International Day of the Disappeared. She said the figure represented half the number of missing people in the whole of Africa. Edu said that the report of the missing people released by the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, and the Nigerian Red Cross Society, NRCS, was as a result of the insurgents in some parts of the country. Today, over 23,000 persons are still missing. However, it is likely that this is just a tip of the iceberg, as a more efficient mechanism is needed to improve the reporting and forensically trace cases of missing people, she said. The minister said the issue of missing people had become one of the most critical and long-lasting humanitarian consequences of armed conflict, and as such called for sober reflections. Edu said that the present administration was committed to curbing the issue, hence the need to facilitate and strengthen the legal framework that would substantially address the incidents of disappearance. On this path, Mr. Yan Bottom, head of delegation ICRC, said that more than 23,000 people registered by the Family Links Network in Nigeria never returned home and remained missing until date. The actual number of missing persons is likely to be much higher, with Nigeria having more missing people than any other country on the continent, Boson added. Going on to the next story. Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndigbo, has appealed to northern leaders and former militant leader Asari Dokubo to forgive pro-Biafra agitator Nnamdi Kanu and work for his release. Ohaneze made the appeal in reaction to Kanu's pronouncement that he will never beg the federal government and President Bola Tinubu for his release. Kanu also noted that it would be an insult to the loving memories of Pa Mbazulike Amechi, who died in 2022 at the age of 91, for him to beg for his release. Recall that a delegation of Igbo leaders had solicited the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, after the Court of Appeal ordered his release. However, Ohaneze believes that there are efforts ongoing by Northerners and Dokubo to pressure the federal government not to accept the request for Kanu's release. A statement by Ohaneze, Factional Secretary General Okechukwu Izeguzoro, said Kanu's pronouncement was in order and the people should stop begging for his release. Izeguzoro maintained that the appeal court pronouncement over Kanu's release remains sacrosanct and that the Supreme Court should fix a date for the hearing of the appeal filed by the government against Kanu's release. The organization also called on the federal government to obey the rule of law and release Kanu unconditionally, as he has been in detention for over 2 years without adherence to court orders. The statement reads, Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, believed to have played a significant role in the earlier release of Nnamdi Kanu in 2017, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. The organization is said to have sent a delegation to the north and prominent Nigerians to pacify them and seek their support for Kanu's release. This time around, Ohaneze Ndigbo is likely to adopt a similar strategy, focusing on underground networking with critical stakeholders and appealing to those who were aggrieved by Kanu's broadcast in the past. The organization may also seek the assistance of Igbo billionaire business moguls and the leadership of the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, MASOB, who played a significant role in the previous release of Kanu in 2017. However, the current situation is more challenging due to the lack of diplomatic underground work and the need to pacify some friends of government, especially some northern leadership and groups, and Asari Dokubo, a former Niger Delta militant. The violent sit-at-home protests have also not brought any desired outcome, leading Igbos to change the tactics in their efforts to secure Kanu's release. And to the next story. A 38-year-old man, Matthew Ifeanyi, has reportedly killed his father over a 70,000 naira he kept in his care. The So-Safe Corps in Ogun State said it arrested the man after he had put his father to death. The commander of the So-Safe Corps, Soji Kandalo, on Wednesday that the incident happened on Tuesday, August 29th at 11 Ibikunle Street, Diamond Estate along Oloruda area in Tabo Ijoko in Ado-Do Ota local government area. According to Gonzalo, when Superintendent Alabi Gafar, the divisional officer of the corps at Aladea Togo Itabo Divisional Command, had got information that a middle-aged man was attacking his biological father with a cutlass. Gonzalo noted that a patrol team was immediately deployed to rescue the helpless parent, Anthony Unwadike, 100 years, and to get the son arrested. Sadly, on getting to the scene, the deed has been done as the man was rushed to the hospital due to injuries sustained and was in a critical condition until it was later confirmed dead by the doctor. Gonzalo disclosed that the suspect, after resisting arrest, was later apprehended and interrogated. The suspect, during the plenary investigation, said that the inability of his father to refund the sum of 70,000 naira he entrusted his father since 22nd July 2022 was the reason for his action. Gonzalo quoted the man as having confessed that he took the action since he regained from his previous job to embark on his private business and his father could not provide him the money. The Sose spokesperson, Maruf Yusuf, said the suspect had been transferred to the Songo Divisional Police Headquarters for further investigation and likely prosecution. Finally, sports. Nigeria's women's volleyball team won a silver medal at the just concluded 2023 CAF B Under-21 Beach Volleyball Championship in Morocco on Wednesday. The host country Morocco beat Nigeria 2-1, 13-21, 21-15, 18-16 in an intense match watched by a mammoth crowd at the beach resort in Casablanca. Nigeria started the fourth set on a bright note, beating Morocco 21-13 points in less than 20 minutes of play. However, Morocco mobilized their home fans, whose overwhelming roaring was instrumental in rousing them to victory in the second set. In the third set, Morocco led Nigeria till the 14th point before Nigeria got two crucial points to tie at 14 points apiece. Nigeria temporarily led at 16-15 points before Morocco picked up 3 points to emerge champions of the women's category. The result means Nigeria's women's volleyball team have now qualified for the 2023 World Championship. Speaking after the game, Nigeria's head coach for the tournament, John Iwerema, showered encomiums on his players despite their inability to lift the trophy. Iwerema said, "I'm so proud of the girls to come in and play like we did tonight, not only against Morocco but also the crowd as well. We had every opportunity to get it done. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite get it done. The chemistry together is unbelievable. As long as we have that, we can beat anybody shortly." Meanwhile, Nigeria's men's beach volleyball team finished 5th at the just concluded 2023 CAF B Under-21 Beach Volleyball Championship. This means that both teams, men and women, have qualified for the 2023 FIB Under-21 World Beach Volleyball Championship in Thailand in November. With that sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news from BGI TV. Before we go, some headlines. Tinubu has ordered recapture of fleeing inmates. Interior Minister. Lagos Blue Line Rail commenced operation September 4th. 23,000 people missing in Nigeria. FG. And also, forgive Nnamdi Kanu, work for his release. Ohaneze begs northern leaders Asari Dokubo. Finally, on sport. Beach volleyball, Nigerians win silver. Qualify for the 2023 World Championship later this year. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Babagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For other placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.